CEO Ron Hitler from Creating the Difference. We're going to do some ball testing. We're going to do some true ball review ball testing today. Got my man Dustin Zander. He's actually going to throw some shots here with an IQ Tour. The IQ Tour is the official control ball that we will be using for True Ball Reviews. And what we're going to have him do is he's going to throw a series of shots. So Dustin, why don't you tell us what you're going to do with the brand new Brunswick Melee Jab Blood Red.
So my first 4 shots, 2 shots with each ball, are going to be at third arrow. Then once those shots are completed, I'll be moving right towards second arrow, and then moving left towards fourth arrow. And I'm not going to be changing anything about how I throw it. All shots are going to be consistent with release, speed, and the only thing that's going to be changing is the target.
And the best part is we're actually going to use Specto to help qualify that the shot is a good shot. We've actually got a lot of data that we can actually see with Specto, and that's going to let us know if Dustin threw a good shot or not. He'll also be able to tell us if he thinks it was a good shot. So
first one was not a good shot. It was left. That one was really good. So we'll go ahead and emulate that shot with the IQ Tour.
So the whole point of this is to actually show you how the IQ Tour compares to all of the review balls, because what that'll do is that'll give you a real good understanding of how the two bowling balls not only compare, but whether or not there is a performance difference between the two bowling balls. So Dustin's going to throw that Melee Jab Blood Red again to give us a good feel for the difference. So what I want you to do is watch a few things, right? Watch how the ball performs, watch if the ball strikes or not, and we're going to look at the data and see what the data actually tells us. So Dustin's trying to throw over third arrow. Looks like he's got a couple of shots over third arrow. So where are you going to move to?
So I'm moving to second arrow now. I'm still going to have an open angle. It's not going to be straight, but I'm still going to be using the same release, same speed. Like I said, the only thing that's changing is the target.
So we're going to move to second arrow, just kind of see what the ball does. Ball went a bit high. And the good thing about this comparison is as long as you have the control ball, the IQ Tour at 2,000 grit true cut surface, which is how this ball started out, you will be able to mimic what we're doing as well. So having that ball at 2,000 grit, the difference that you're going to see between these two balls will be a similar difference that you will see in the two balls. And that'll help you know if you should get the IQ, or you should get the, in this case, Melee Jab Blood Red, or maybe that one is the one you want to get. Now that was a little bit right, which is okay. We'll just have him keep throwing. He'll go keep going back and forth. That way both balls get the same amount of oil. The lane pattern is not impacted either, or it's impacted equally by both balls this way.
So I'm going to move left.
So you're going in for fourth arrow now?
Yep.
So now he's going to go play fourth arrow. So there at fourth arrow, the IQ Tour definitely wasn't strong enough, right? Ball 210s, not what you want to see. So let's go ahead and get you a full rack, and let's compare it, the Melee Jab full rack from fourth arrow, and really begin to see if there's the difference between these two bowling balls. We're bowling on chromium, by the way. Kegel Element Series chromium pattern. So a little bit stronger, right? So a little bit stronger for the Melee Jab there at that fourth arrow. And those shots were pretty close, so that's good. Gives you a rough idea of the two balls again. So now what's gonna happen is we're gonna cut the lights off so we can do a little Specto, a little clutch bowling data. The clutch bowling system allows us to be able to see exactly where he's putting the bowling ball at. He'll have to get himself a full rack there. And what we'll do is we'll be able to see with the tracer line. You can see we got a little tracer line there. The tracer line will actually allow us to see how Dustin's playing the lane and where he's playing. So where are you going to go at, Dustin?
So I'm going back to third arrow.
We're going to play third arrow with both balls with full racks and kind of see how the ball performs. What we're most interested in is seeing how the balls perform more so than just how the bowler makes the balls perform, so to speak. Close, flush. All right, so that gave him a good pocket hit there. You can kind of see exactly where he threw that shot. Now, the shot to the left will disappear here soon. As soon as he goes the next shot, it'll disappear, and that's what we want to have happen. You'll be able to compare the IQ Tour to the Melee Jab Blood Red, officially, so to speak, using some cool technology. So we'll see if he throws a shot similar. Yep, those are close. And that ball's close, right? Obviously, he went from strike to a 10 pin. That 10 pin was a little bit flat. And when I'm looking at some of the data, you know, one of the interesting things about it is it does say that those shots were thrown essentially the same, but the Melee Jab has a little bit less hook, a little bit less entry angle, and actually was really close going down the lane. So that's a real good comparison between those two bowling balls right there. So now what we're going to do, we're actually going to throw another IQ Tour that we've got. This IQ Tour is actually at True Cut 5000 grit, which is a closer finish to the Melee Jab, right? So what this is going to do is give you a comparison if we had our IQ ball at a finish similar to the IQ, or to the Melee Jab. And once again, so now we 210. So that's good to know, right? So what we're showing you here is if we had the same surface, not same, if we had a similar surface, both balls being at 5000 grit, what would happen is the IQ Tour ball would actually, unfortunately, it would 210. If we had it at 2000 grit, as we've shown you, we're going to show you again right now, at 2000 grit, the IQ Tour ball actually goes flush. So we're showing you a performance difference not only with the bowling balls at different surfaces, the IQ balls, but at the similar surface to the Melee Jab Blood Red, which happens to be close to that 5000 grit. So there we go, that ball's gonna be flush. That's a big, big difference in those bowling balls with surface, and that ball was the 2000 grit ball. So now you have a good comparison about the Blood Red. The Blood Red, the Melee Jab Blood Red, I apologize for saying that there. You have a good comparison there between Melee Jab Blood Red, IQ Tour at 2000 grit, and IQ Tour at 5000 grit. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And check out one of the other videos on the screen for more information. Thanks for joining us.